Broadcasting live from the University of North Texas, this is NTTV Nightly News.
As President Trump threatens to wipe out Iran, we'll show you the political reaction here in the U.S.
Houston copies. We'll see you on the other side.
After a week in space, the Artemis II is finally heading home. Hear how these astronauts completed their record-breaking mission.
A mobile billboard is circling the UNT campus. We'll show you why.
Good evening. Thank you for joining NTTV Nightly News. I'm Annie Tomlin.
And I'm Maddie Holston. Tonight, the president is waiting to see whether President Trump follows through on a grim and destructive threat he issued to Iran. In a social media post this morning, the president said, quote, "A whole civilization will die tonight." His deadline to reopen the Strait of Hormuz is just 1 hour away. Michael Yoshida has the latest on this tense situation overseas.
President Donald Trump with a stark warning for Iran, writing, "A whole civilization will die tonight, never to be brought back again. I don't want that to happen, but it probably will."
This could be a high-stakes negotiating tactic to try to get them to blink, but so far they haven't.
The threat made hours before the president's imposed 8 p.m. Eastern Time deadline for Iran to open the Strait of Hormuz and make a deal to end the war.
Whether it's positive or negative, we're going to get a response from the Iranians by 8 o'clock tonight. I hope they make the right response.
Overnight, U.S. strikes hit military targets on Iran's Karg Island, where almost all the country's oil is exported from, according to a U.S. official who added the strikes did not target oil facilities.
It's a very small place, but there's a significant amount of economic activity there, and that economic activity does in fact benefit the Iranian Revolutionary Guards and the Iranian military.
This video appearing to show a human chain forming around an Iranian power plant. Iranian state media says civilian infrastructure across the country, including railway lines and roads, have been attacked. Israel saying Tuesday its strikes are targeting railways and bridges in the country used by the military.
Going after the bridges and railroads and things like that it makes it more difficult for Russia or China to get overland support in.
In Washington, Michael Yoshida.
Today's threat from the president has several top Democrats calling to have Trump removed from office. NTTV's George Svoboda has the latest in this week's political pulse.
Trump's opponents have become increasingly dissatisfied with this administration, calling it corrupt and accusing it of constitutional violations. Today, several Democratic lawmakers called for the president's impeachment and removal. This latest push comes after the president's post on Truth Social this morning, calling for the death of a civilization in Iran. On Sunday, Representatives Ilhan Omar of Minnesota and Yasmin Ansari of Washington called for the invoking of the 25th Amendment to remove President Trump. 10 other Democratic lawmakers joined that push, but a White House spokesperson says the effort won't lead anywhere. Removing a president through the 25th Amendment can only be initiated by the vice president and a majority of cabinet members. The removal could only then pass through a 2/3 vote in each chamber of Congress. NTTV will continue to follow the tense situation in Iran. In the meantime, though, there are other effects of this war that we're dealing with here at home. Annie?
Thanks, George. That's right. With no end in sight to the war in Iran, drivers here in Denton and across the country are growing increasingly frustrated with high gas prices. NTTV's Leah Correas takes a closer look.
$3.89. This is the current gas price most people see when driving around North Texas. I spoke to a student currently studying at the University of North Texas to see how the increasing gas prices are affecting her and students alike.
The gas prices have definitely had a bigger impact on my life than I was expecting. I've had to reduce my work week to 3 days a week, and then between driving there and then driving to class, with the gas being almost $4, it just feels like a lot bigger of an expense than it should be. I definitely think that commuting is becoming unsustainable for a lot of students. UNT does offer options like the bus schedule and Go Zone, but that still requires students to drive to a commuting pickup spot, and that can be unsustainable for a lot of them.
The current price surges aren't just affecting students. The impact can be felt all over the North Texas community. I can say the current gas prices are affecting how I spend. There are fixed expenditures like rent, But in the more flexible expenditures is where I accommodate, for example, specific groceries, restaurants, and even beauty. I accommodate to what I need to prioritize in the moment. In the past, we would see prices of $2, $2.25, $2.50. Currently, though, we're seeing prices of almost $5. It has varied and impacted the current consumer and families all across North Texas. The change and increase in gas prices has affected people and their basic needs. Also, other sectors like transportation, it's all interconnected, so it really does affect the economy and our community. For North Texas Television, I'm Leah Correas.
As gas prices continue to rise, travel experts are warning people to book their summer trips now and brace for higher ticket prices. The war in Iran has caused a global disruption in oil production, leading jet fuel prices to double within the last 2 months. While fuel represents about 20 to 30% of airlines' overall costs, it will have a significant impact on upcoming flights. The good news is that airfares are only going up slightly right now, so you are encouraged to take advantage of that before prices increase drastically.
I love to travel.
I do as well, but I'm not a fan of how much it costs for me to get there, especially if I might run into some bad weather.
Especially if it happens tonight. But let's see if our weather anchor, Alex Martinez, can tell us about what's going on. Alex?
Thanks, Maddie. You guys don't have to worry about bad weather tonight, but down later into the week, definitely keep an eye out. But for today's forecast overall was just beautiful and warm all around. 72 feels like it and is it, as well as 12 miles per hour wind, so it kept it a nice warm temperature with a nice cool breeze going through. Now as we move more into tonight, it's going to start cooling down, not as cold as it was yesterday, but it is going to be about 62s all around, quite nice, quite cold with a little bit of overcast. Now as we continue to move into early morning tomorrow, is going to be a nice, cool, overcast early morning, about 52 all around. That's all for me right now. Stay tuned for the full weather breakdown. Back to y'all at the desk.
Thank you, Alex. The Artemis II astronauts are now on their way back to Earth after their historic trip around the moon.
Reed Binion has a closer look at their emotional journey so far.
Your mission paves the way for America's return to the lunar surface very soon.
President Donald Trump speaking with the Artemis II crew on Monday. The president congratulating them and the entire team at NASA for an incredible historic mission.
You deserve that. You really are something. Everybody's talking about this. This is big. This is really big.
The president also making clear this is just the beginning.
We'll plant our flag once again and we'll establish a permanent presence on the moon. And we'll push on to Mars.
Day 6 of the Artemis II mission was record-breaking. The 4 astronauts traveled farther from Earth than anyone ever has. Their maximum distance of roughly 252,000 miles broke the 1970 record set by Apollo 13. The spacecraft also had one of the longest communications blackouts in human spaceflight history as it passed behind the moon.
Houston copies. We'll see you on the other side.
During that expected 40-minute comms blackout, the crew saw Earthrise, experienced a total solar eclipse, and got an unprecedented view of the moon's mysterious far side, observing features that have never been seen directly by human eyes.
The gravitational pull of the Earth has had a profound effect on the near side of the moon. It's very different on the far side. While you see some small patches of those Mare in deep craters, it's very much absent on that side.
I'm Reed Binion reporting.
Up next, a mobile billboard is making its way around campus as a protest. Find out why.
And we'll tell you how artificial intelligence is impacting the job market. Stay tuned.
I warned them that this was dangerous, but did they listen? No!
I've been having these dreams.
Welcome in.
This is part of the process, Eric. I only want what is best for you.
You want me to go on and on with the program until there's nothing left of me.
We are one now. Our goals are the same.
No, they're not.
Don't get your hopes up. Is that it? That's it.
Nothing can stop me now!
Yeah.
If you've been walking around campus today, chances are you've seen a big truck with a big message.
NTTV's Cameron Shields is live at the College of Visual Arts and Design to explain what's going on here. Cam?
Thanks so much, guys. There has been a truck spotted on campus towing a billboard that says UNT admins censored Marca 27's art. This is in response to the controversial decision earlier this semester to close an art exhibit by Victor Quinones, also known as Marca 27. And the art related to the exhibit went through Victor's life, experiencing different histories, languages, and places, hence the name Nidi Aki, Nidi Aya. This art exhibit is particularly important right now as people react to ICE and the Trump administration's deportation efforts. NTTV reporter Jenny Yanez has more information on the truck driving around campus.
New developments in the University of North Texas exhibition controversy. Mobile billboards are now circulating around campus and the Dallas-Fort Worth area. The billboards are tied to the fallout from the cancellation of artist Victor Quinones' exhibition at UNT College of Visual Arts and Design earlier this semester. The cancellation quickly sparked backlash from students and faculty, leading to protests, open letters, and ongoing concerns about transparency and academic freedom within the college. Organizers say the billboard campaign is connected to artist Marca 27, along with the support from the American Civil Liberties Union of Texas. The messaging is aimed at raising broader concerns about censorship and free expression in academic spaces, bringing renewed attention to how universities handle controversial or politically sensitive artwork. As the situation continues to develop, students and faculty say they're still looking for clearer answers from UNT leadership and more transparency moving forward. Reporting from UNT, I'm Jenny Yanez.
The mobile campaign being towed by the truck is in junction with Marca 27 and the American Civil Liberties Union of Texas, in an attempt to raise awareness about academic freedom and how universities handle controversial topics on campus. The truck will be driving around campus until Thursday, and the QR code on the billboard takes you to the story of Victor's work through the ACLU. For NTTV News, I'm Cameron Shields.
Thank you, Cam. This week, the Trump administration terminated civil rights settlements aimed at protecting transgender students in the U.S. Several school districts had agreements with the Obama and Biden administrations to adopt policies giving trans students more access to school resources. Those Democratic administrations interpreted Title IX, the federal law prohibiting sex discrimination, to include protections for trans students. These terminations reinforce Trump's order that recognizes sex at being assigned at birth. The Trump Education Department claims that getting rid of these protections will restore common sense. These school districts will now have to choose between following federal guidance or state laws that may conflict with each other.
Public school students here in Texas may soon be required to read parts of the Bible as their classwork. The State Board of Education, which is made up entirely of Republicans who are elected, is considering new additions to the curriculum for 7th graders. The requirements would include the story of David and Goliath, a chapter from the Book of Lamentations, and the story of the Tower of Babel. A preliminary vote is set for this week, and a final vote would happen in June. Even if these changes are approved, they will not take effect until 2030.
Honestly, Maddie, it's been super warm out today.
I totally agree.
Yeah, I like how there's no wind. You know,
That's
I don't
my
like
favorite
the
part.
wind.
Yeah, I know you don't.
Yeah.
Let's talk weather with our anchor, Alex Martinez. Alex?
Thanks, Maddie. I'm glad you guys are enjoying this lovely weather right now because it's going to continue like this for a while. But for today, as you can see here, we are seeing all around 70s, 71, 72s, 71, 72s, as well as 69 out in Stephenville. And as we look here, we must also think beyond us and look Texas as a whole. Up in Amarillo, it's 69, and Abilene, 66. Houston, 74, and Austin, 75. All around nice, warm, and a little bit cooler conditions that we are seeing. Now, as we look into our week, it's going to be very different. A lot more storms, a sort of roller coaster of highs and lows from both 79s to a low of 56 over on a kind of a bipolar weather condition that we're seeing here. On Sunday, everyone should definitely take a look at this one because we desperately need this thunderstorm coming in. It's going to be 88% chance of rain. Overall, the conditions just continue on into next week. That we're seeing a lot more rainstorms, a lot more thunder, just a lot more storms that we desperately need in the North Texas area. That's all for me right now. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Alex. New research gives us a better idea of how AI may be causing people to lose their jobs and how that's impacting people in the long run. The report says AI-driven unemployment will not only make it harder for people to find new jobs, but can also cause year-long ripple effects. In the long term, workers might make less money if they haven't worked in a while. That can lead people to put off buying a home and even getting married. During a recession, though, these outcomes would be more severe. Previously, estimates say 6 to 7% of the U.S. workforce could have their jobs be displaced by AI, which is about 11 million people. AI changes in the workforce are also bleeding into college learning. NTTV's Beth Spicer is live at Discovery Park with the details. Beth?
Thanks, Annie. That's right. AI is changing the way college students are learning and even deciding their majors. The University of North Texas just announced a new undergrad degree in artificial intelligence. The university cites workforce demand and student interest in existing AI courses for the new major. Across DFW, the region sees 2,000 job postings a month that require some kind of background in AI. According to a new study from San Diego State University, 47% of students who are currently enrolled in college have at least thought about changing their major or field of study due to AI. And 16% have already changed their major because of the effects of AI on the job market. For NCTV Nightly News, I'm Beth Spicer. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Beth. Coming up, affordable housing remains a national issue. See how Congress is working to solve this crisis.
And UNT has removed the beloved Starbucks from its student union. We have the reactions from students.
As home prices continue to rise across the U.S., housing supply remains a concern. In some states, it means looking at ways to increase new home construction and expanding housing markets since some areas are running out of land. The issue of affordability and supply varies between housing markets. Some areas have not seen any construction in the past few years, and as a result, prices for existing homes are going up, and there is a lasting housing shortage. Last month, the U.S. Senate House passed a majority reform bill that encourages local governments to expand housing development and remove regulatory barriers. It's not clear if the measure will pass the U.S. House.
If you have plans to travel out of town this week on I-35, you can expect delays caused by construction. All southbound lanes will close at Milam Road starting at 9 p.m. tonight and will remain closed until tomorrow morning at 5. All northbound lanes will be closed at Milam Road both tomorrow and Thursday at the same time. The part of Milam Road that goes over I-35 will be closed continuously until noon on Friday. And while the lanes are closed, traffic will be detoured to the frontage road. The construction is part of an ongoing TxDOT project. They're encouraging Denton drivers to plan for extra time and to travel with caution during these closures.
For many UNT students, grabbing coffee is part of their daily routines, but now one familiar spot is gone. NTTV's Amber Rapasi shows us what students are doing now that the Starbucks inside the Union has officially closed. Amber?
Closure of Starbucks, students across campus are shifting their routines. I went out to see how they're adjusting and what they're doing to get their caffeine fix.
At UNT, a recent campus change is getting attention, but not much reaction from students. That change comes after the Starbucks inside the Union closed its doors. Students can still grab their coffee at a nearby walk-up location.
I don't mind so much that the Starbucks at the Union closed down on a daily basis because the kiosk is right by the music building, so it's actually easier for me. However, I do mind that I can't go into the Union Starbucks over the weekends and write some of my graduate papers.
Students say the change hasn't had much of an impact on their day-to-day.
For me personally, no, because I don't go to Starbucks. I don't have much caffeine.
Still, some students say they'd like to see something new take its place.
Not a lot of vegan options are also available for a lot of people here. So I guess something which is healthy.
While others say they'd be happy to see another coffee shop return.
Honestly, it would be nice if they put in something that did have coffee, because I do crave it and I do like it in the morning.
While the change has been small for most, students say they're looking forward to what could come next.
With little change to their routines and Starbucks still available, many students are excited for the food and coffee options coming their way. Back to you ladies at the desk.
Thanks, Amber. And a quick reminder for UNT seniors, if you want to participate in the spring commencement ceremonies, you need to sign up soon. The deadline to RSVP is 5 p.m. tomorrow. You can find instructions and reminders in your official UNT email account.
Annie, have you heard that there's a live musical festival happening tonight?
Yes, I actually have, and NTTV's Isabel Smith is live to tell us more. Isabel?
All right, well guys, the University of North Texas Black Student Union is hosting AfroFest at the UNT Library Mall until 9 p.m. tonight. The celebration was started to celebrate music that shapes the Black cultural experience here on campus. The festival will feature live student performances in genres like hip-hop, R&B, Afro beats, and more. You can hear a lot of it behind me right now. The festival was created to establish a celebration where students can express themselves freely and to celebrate their culture. The event is almost entirely student planned and run and hopes to become an annual celebration each year. It is so fun out here right now. There's so many vendors, so much free food. We definitely took part in that earlier today. So yeah, that's all for me, and back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Isabel. Maddie, did you watch the March Madness Final Four games?
Yep, sure did. And I watched a Rangers game last night.
Very, very nice. Honestly, Texas sports are where it's at. And our sports anchor, Gabby Pippins, is here to talk sports and all of the above. Gabby?
That's right, guys. I'll have an update on the Dallas Mavericks and the Stars, and I'll show you how the Rangers are doing in their series against Seattle. Stay with us.
Jibber jabber.
Yeah.
Yes, jibber jabber.
No.
Jibber Jabber is a man-on-the-street NTTV show for Instagram that's in its 7th season. With 2 hosts, 1 comfy chair, and a Would You Do Something bowl.
Pretty much the gist of our show is that we're going to be inviting UNT students, all of our lovely family over, and we're going to be talking to them. And when we run out of things to say, We're gonna ask him.
Would you do something?
I think we're ready to do something.
Fortnite son or Minecraft daughter?
Welcome back to Late Night at North Texas. Late Night at North Texas. Late Night at North Texas.
Color the world with peace and joy.
Tell me, Diva, what's the tea?
My Nisha drag is dumb.
The spirits have guided you to me.
The Dallas Mavericks snapped their 3-game loss streak Sunday against LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers. With Austin Reeves and former Maverick Luka Doncic injured, Cooper Flagg carried Dallas to a 128-134 victory. Flagg showed up and played hard, dropping a whopping 45 points. Now, remember, this came right after he made history against the Orlando Magic by becoming the youngest NBA player to score 50 points. Flagg also expressed his excitement playing against LeBron, stating that, quote, "It was a dream come true." And the Dallas Stars took on the Colorado Avalanche at home Saturday in a tough matchup. After no action in the first period, there was also no action in the second. That's right, 2 full periods with 0 goals. Things were looking to repeat in the third, but someone finally got one to go over halfway into the period. Unfortunately, it was Colorado's Martin Necas who broke the scoreless tie. The Stars had a chance to tie things and send the game into overtime or score 2 goals to take the win, but the Avalanche got another goal with just under a minute left, ending in a tough 2-0 Dallas loss. Now, Dallas still stands tall at second in the Western Conference, right behind, you guessed it, the Colorado Avalanche. And finally, the Texas Rangers began their 3-game series against the Seattle Mariners yesterday with Game 1. Seattle's Cal Raleigh hit a 418-foot homer at the top of the first to start the game with a bang. Texas responded quickly. Corey Seager singled, allowing Wyatt Langford to get a run on the board and tie things at 1. 5 innings passed before more action, once again from Seager, who scored to put the Rangers on top. The Mariners never responded, ending in a 2-1 Rangers win. Game 2 of the series takes place in about 30 minutes, so be sure to tune in and cheer our Texas Rangers on. That's all I've got for sports. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Gabby. Maddie, do you remember the group of monks that traveled from Fort Worth to Washington a couple months ago?
I sure do. It was an amazing journey, but did you hear that one of them lost a leg?
I did hear that. He actually had to get his leg amputated, but another monk may have been inspired to do something kind. A monk named John, who participated in the Walk for Peace, recently decided to adopt a 3-legged dog named Hopper. Hopper was injured when he was taken into a shelter in North Carolina. A leg amputation did save his life. Monk John quickly developed a friendship with Hopper and decided to give him a life filled with love.
That's absolutely adorable, Annie.
Yeah,
I love it.
It definitely inspired me to do something kind like that. I think that was very heartwarming.
Well, thank you for watching NTTV Nightly News.
Join us again tomorrow at noon and tomorrow evening at 6 here on North Texas Television.